Well, folks, here it is. My latest decision here. For better or worse, a Greenworks Pro 42-inch cut traditional rider, but you'll notice a total lack of an engine compartment because it is electric. It's got dual electric motors that are independently controlled. For the deck, you've got a USB out to charge your phone. That comes with a handy cup holder, handy phone holder right there. The only thing that I really don't like on it is you have to push that button right there in order to cut when you're backing up. And I understand the safety behind it, but I wouldn't have done that. I would have, if you have to have that button for whatever reason, I would have flipped it with the cruise button, and so the cruise would be back there, the reverse would be up here, because you've got to push that and then hit your reverse selector switch in order to get the thing going in reverse and cutting. And if you don't push that and you put it in reverse, it'll kill the blades, kill the direction of travel, and you've got to shut the thing off, put it back in forwards, and shut the deck off and everything to get it restarted. So that's the only thing that I find kind of annoying. So let's get started. So right there's your battery tray under the seat. I put one in there just to get it out of the shed to show you guys. Comes with 6 60-volt batteries that are 8 amp hours each. Comes with a handy case so you can carry your batteries in and out. I will not lie, that case when it's fully loaded is pretty hefty. So those batteries go in like so, and you just slide them in, make sure they're latched. And in they go. You can run it on as few as 1 battery, but it definitely will drain quick. When I bought the mower, they had 4 out of 6 charged, and it did not quite have enough juice to cut my little yard, or my yard. So I had to stop and take a charger break. Comes with a charger that you use in your house. It cools the batteries while you are charging them. Takes about 30 to 40 minutes to charge a pair of them. You can charge 2 at a time. Once they're done charging, you just swap out. So I had to charge a time and a quarter basically to get it to charge. So the only other thing I found wrong, the parking brake is out of adjustment. Right there's the parking brake, and you can see it doesn't quite grab, so I'm going to have to figure that out. So foot on the brake, over here, turn the key. We're at 100%. Only indication that it is running is that little bit of fan noise. So looky there. We're moving on pure electric power. It will go about 8 miles an hour. I wouldn't recommend cutting grass that fast. I was cutting it about 3 the other day when I was cutting my yard. It had gotten a little tall, so not only was it down 2 battery cells, but it was having to do a little bit of extra work. It's actually got a safety feature built in, which was frustrating, but I appreciate. One of the motors on the deck had gotten a little hot, and so it shut the deck off and made me just use it. I mean, it could still drive around, but it would just it wouldn't run until I cooled the deck off. So pull that up. I do have the mulching plug in presently, so I'm not discharging anything. I cut my yard at about 3 inches. I cut all this just the other day, but I'm curious to see if it will actually cut my entire yard on a single charge, or if I'm going to have to get more battery packs to get through. So I just reached down and hit the cruise button. Over there's your accelerator pedal. There's your brake and parking brake. You touch either one of those and it will interrupt the cruise or whatever speed you're going, and that's kind of what's up. So I'm going to pause for a minute. So you can see, even though it's only been a couple days, I am still cutting some off. I've done as much as I cut of both of those ditches on either side of the driveway. And I will say, one of the things I've noticed about this compared to other mowers comparable in size, I don't know if it's the ride height, if it's where the weight is distributed in the chassis as far as the center of gravity or what, it's not as tippy as other 42-inch mowers that I have used in the past. My granddad owned this property when I was a kid, and I grew up cutting on a little 42-inch cut Craftsman something. It was a late 80s, early 90s lawnmower, and it when you get side hilling, you'd have to almost put your whole butt on the fender to keep the uphill tire in contact and continue cutting. The balance was just way higher, or it was just less stable chassis than this is. I'm not having to move around near as much on this mower compared to others of this type in this size range to keep it balanced. It's just much more planted and much more stable. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here for a bit, keep cutting, and once I get it cut, I'll be back with some thoughts and things to say. That's what I got, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Happy mowing.